Hey, what's going on guys? Kevin the Tech Ninja, and today I'm going to talk to you about my setup on my iPhone 12 for 2020, I guess end of 2020 going into 2021. This video is going to be pretty meaty, so I'm going to go through things pretty quickly, but I will leave links down below as far as what I talk about and how to get to it, and also maybe some tutorials as far as setting some stuff up. Also, a portion of this video is sponsored by UBI Key, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. So the first thing we want to talk about is the actual phone. This is the iPhone 12 Pro. So anyways, on the phone, this is my setup right here. As you can see, I have this dark wallpaper, which utilizes the OLED. So in theory, you should get better battery life with it. I do have a color widget up top. And then I also have these little icons here at the bottom, which is from an icon pack that I bought. Now to get custom icons, then you'd have to run through kind of a script to do that. I'll link a tutorial below on how to do that. But these first three icons right here are not actually icons of apps, but what they are icons of different tasks that I run. So the very first icon right here is a good morning task. So when I tap this task right here, what it does, it adjusts my thermostat to my downstairs level that gives me the right temperature, and it also turns on my gas fireplace. Furthermore, it turns on the thermostat upstairs. Also, when it's done doing that, it tells me what deliveries I have coming in, and also as far as what's on my calendar. So that is my morning routine. I tap that button and I let it go. The next button here that says UPS, but this actually is my Deliveries app. I can tap that at any time and figure out what packages are coming in today or tomorrow. I have the camera button here. When I push the camera, this is called lights, camera, action. And what it does, it turns on my studio lights, and it also sets my phone to do not disturb. And then it sends a text message to my wife letting her know that I'm actually shooting a video. Okay, so those three buttons right there are basically automation scripts. I'll leave a link down below how to set those type of things up. And the next button over obviously is gonna be Google Photos, Twitter, my calendar app. And the calendar app I like to use is called Calendars. And I just like how it looks. I can look at my calendar at a glance, a full month at one time. And I just like how it looks. I have everything synced into it. I have multiple cameras synced into this right here. And I don't know, overall, I just like this as a calendar app. And the next button over is Home. I do use HomeKit. I'm actually converting my setup to HomeKit as we speak. So this is my HomeKit. And obviously I'm making changes to it quite often, but this is how I have my HomeKit set up. And here at the bottom, I just have these regular icons right here. You know, I just have phone, text message, Safari, and also camera. Let's take a quick break to talk about our sponsor, UBI Key, and this is the UBI Key. They say 81% of accounts being hacked are just stolen credentials, and if you can get into one account with one password, typically you can then get into multiple accounts. It becomes messy really quick, and the only way to truly prevent that is to have hardware authentication, something like this. This is the UBI Key. First of all, you can plug this right into your laptop if you want, and you can use it as authentication that way. Or if you have a phone, this has NFC as well. So let me show you how it works on the phone. So right now it's asking me to authenticate with the security key. I press next, and now it's saying that, hey, it's trying to authenticate with the security key. All you gotta do is take this, set it on the back of your phone right here, and it gets you right into your account. Boom. I am now logged in to my Google account. Without this key, hackers would not have been able to get into your account, even if they had your username and password. This also works for different applications. So for example, I do like to have my passwords in something like a LastPass, which is completely fine. But once again, if someone gets access to your LastPass, you're pretty much screwed. That is your password vault. So here we go. We are now logging into LastPass, and it's asking for me to use my UBI Key. So once again, I can press next. I have the option to hold it to device or plug it in. Can't plug this one in, but I can hold it to device. So right now it's looking for it. Same deal. Tap it. And now I'm logged in. I am now verified to log into my account just because I have the UBI Key. And if you are doing anything online, bank accounts or anything very, very important, and you are worried about getting your accounts compromised, or you just don't want your accounts compromised, hardware encryption is the way to go, and UBI Key definitely makes it easy. Hit the links down below to pick yourself up a UBI Key. Typically on an iPhone, you'll see like 3 or 4 screens. I like the one screen experience. I don't like to have to flip between screens to find what I'm looking for. And I do like the app library because it kind of helps to keep my apps organized by default. An app that I've been using a lot lately is called Clubhouse. If you don't know what Clubhouse is, this is basically a big I guess, chat room, if you will, where you can go in different topics and people are talking and you can get invited on stage and things like that. It's invite only right now, but there's a lot of people on here, a lot of different chat rooms, and it's like a lot of pretty cool things is in here, and it's just something I recommend you sign up for, and then you'll eventually get invited so you can use it. I think it's a really cool app. You can kind of pop in and see what people are talking about.
Thank you. I want to be respectful to everyone's time here.
So there's different topics depending on what you're looking for. It gets pretty lit at night. So yeah. So Clubhouse is kind of like one of those newer apps you should definitely check out. The next app I've talked about a couple times already, but it's something I do use often, and this is Deliveries. And Deliveries, I like that you can track all your deliveries that are actually coming into your house. You just track it essentially by copying the tracking number, press the plus button, and then you paste it in there, and then you give it a name. So when things come in, it tells you what's coming in, where it's at, and things like that. It's just, for me, it's really nice to kind of keep a status of what's coming into the house, what's going out. My wife buys things, I buy things, and things like that. So yeah, Deliveries is kind of a cool way to do it. Another app that I've been using for quite a while is called Retouch. And with Retouch, it allows you to touch up photos you've already shot. And what's nice about this is that you can basically remove things from a photo that you don't want in the photo anymore. Let's say I want to take something out of this photo. Object removal, brush over it, press go, and now it's out our photo. So it's just really nice to clean up some images, especially if you take a picture and there's some clutter in the background, or like back in the day, you take a picture and the selfie in the bathroom and there's stuff in the toilet. You can edit the crap out of your photo, if you will. The next app I want to show is Giphy, or Giphy, depending on how you pronounce it. Now, of course, you can just use their GIFs or GIFs right built into the phone, but let's say you want to make your own, you can press create, and then from here you can make one really fast. Let me just do something stupid. So now I have this right here, and I have like different little fun stickers and things I can put on this if I want. But what I really like to do with it, I like to actually go into my photo album and grab a video from the photo album. You grab it, and then you make your edits. All right, this right here. Press continue, and now you have it. You can edit, you can draw, you can write stuff. Done. Then from here you press forward, and now you can upload it, or you can just share it directly to your camera. I don't upload them to the internet, I just share them directly to my phone, and then I have them, and then I can share them with different people. So that's kind of a cool way to make your own GIFs or GIFs, or however you prefer to pronounce it. I'm not getting into that battle today. Right now, let's talk about some games, some of the games that I've been playing the mess out of lately. So one game that I really like to play is called Crowd City. It's kind of a simple game, but it's an online game. You're going against other people, and the goal is to run around and consume people. I know it sounds very funny, but basically you're running around and you're taking people, and as you take people, you get bigger and bigger, and then you consume more and more people. Another game I like to play is called Steppy Pants. It's one of those like tap games, and you're trying to make this person walk, and it's just you're not allowed to step on cracks, you're not allowed to step on different objects. You tap to take a step with each foot, so step, step, step. It's kind of one of those weird games, and once you get in a rhythm, it's pretty fun. It does take a little bit of time to kind of get through, and it progressively gets harder as you go through the game. Obviously, I'm not doing so great because I'm on camera, but let me tell you, this game is pretty fun, and it gets pretty addicting really fast. Another game here is called Simply Putting, and this is just a putting game where your goal is to read the greens and make the putt. It is a pretty difficult game, but it's very satisfying when you do make a putt. So it's pretty simple. You line the putt up, basically what you're reading on the green. Like, okay, I'm reading this as my putt. I see it's going downhill to the right a little bit. Give it a shot. I don't think this is gonna go in, but you hit the putt and you see what it does, and there you go. That's your putt. A little bit short, but for me as a person that likes to golf, I always think about golf for whatever reason. This is kind of a game to help me read greens and things like that. I know it doesn't help you really read greens, but getting in the mindset of wanting to read a green when golfing. We have another game here called Grand Mountain Adventure, which is a skiing game, and it's just a lot of fun to play this game. It's kind of I don't say realistic skiing game, but it has real physics, and you just kind of go down this hill, you go through different routes, you can do jumps, and all these different really cool things as you go down this hill. And I think this game just looks good, it runs really good, it's very smooth and very fluid. just another solid game. And then we have a couple of games that are on Apple Arcade, which I didn't want to talk about too much because Apple Arcade is a paid service, but Apple Arcade does have a couple of good games. One game that I really like is What the Golf. Of course, it's a golf game, but even if you don't like golf, this game is really fun. Basically, your goal is to get the object to the pin, no matter how you look at it. It could be a person, it could be a ball, it could be anything. And the last game on the list is Mini Motorways. And Mini Motorways is a game that essentially allows you or encourages you to make these roads and deliveries. And it sounds kind of boring, but it's just a very like a strategic game. You have to connect these buildings to the routes and you have limited time and it gets crazy really fast. So anyways, guys, those are my apps and games that I use on my phone on a regular basis. Of course, if you have suggestions, please leave it down below. But once again, this is just kind of my setup that I plan to see myself using into 2021. I may do one a little bit later, but I just want to kind of put this out there to show you guys what I'm rocking. Anyways, guys, Kevin the Tech Ninja, have a great day. I'll at you guys later. Peace.